everything. I am the great, remember me.
I'm the best, and I got it.
It's week 8 of the National Football League, and we've got the Chargers' second-year running back. He was stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and finding pay dirt twice. It's the Chargers and the Packers, next on Madden Football.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. 1 play, 10 yards.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. This one to the right, caught by Valdez. Right at the 40. Lawrence. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. A gain of 22.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Lawrence. Here's a screen for Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Lawrence looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on fourth down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from third and long to now it's a go situation here on fourth and inches.
They'll run for it with Robinson. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So the Packers offense backed up here to begin their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Throwing here, Purdy. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
They go play action here. Purdy. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And that is caught on the right side, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Purdy looking to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. And we've got to be able to throw it better now. That we're throwing lanes, but opportunities for the guys downfield. Maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Play action. It's Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Lawrence on first down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Here we go now on first and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Brian Robinson Jr. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it on first down. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. To throw again on second down. Purdy looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 35. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Touchdown! Marquez Valdes-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch. And
this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football?
This is intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Robinson toss play left side.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lawrence.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now Lawrence.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39.
Tucker's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packers offense set to go.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Michael Davis. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lawrence. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
On third down, Lawrence.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good.
And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 2nd and very short, Purdy. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
On 1st down, Purdy.
His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Purdy looking to throw.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the 2nd half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the 1st half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A first down carry for Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So here are the Chargers to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Robinson with another carry.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
On third down, Robinson.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Robinson on a give right side.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And a dump off here to Robinson.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Robinson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Wilson will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now the Packers get set to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Here's Purdy.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's turned it 21 times.
There's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
To Valdez-Scantling over the middle.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Give to Robinson on the option.
And oh, he coughed it up.
Brian Robinson
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Now Justin Tucker's out to try to field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Throwing here, Purdy.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Purdy to throw it on 1st down.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the draw, this is Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
From the 39,
Purdy. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Completes it to Hardman. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 1st down, Purdy.
Well, that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Purdy. He dumps it off to Barkley.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
And the catch made by Johnson.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Santos' kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he's got room. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chargers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.